Without you, all the riches in the world wouldn't matter. It's your presence that makes my life rich with meaning. So I'd rather lose everything than lose the love that fills my heart. When I think about my life, it's not the things I own that stand out. It's the love we share. I'd rather walk away from everything else if it meant keeping you by my side. There are moments in life when you realize that nothing else matters. The fame, the money, the accolades, they all pale in comparison to the love you bring. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. The world may promise us wealth and fame, but none of it can fill the emptiness of life without love. I'd rather lose everything I have and start anew, as long as I can have you. What is life without love? Without you, everything else is just an illusion. I'd rather lose everything than lose the one person who makes me feel whole. Life is unpredictable, and we can lose everything in an instant. But I know one thing for sure. As long as I have you, nothing else truly matters. I'd rather have nothing in this world but your love than have everything and still be without you. You are my everything, and without you, nothing else holds any value. The thought of living without you is unbearable. Everything I have can be taken, but I could never survive without you by my side. If it means losing all I've worked for to keep the love we share, then I'll gladly make that sacrifice. You are worth more to me than anything this world can offer. There are no material possessions, no titles, no accomplishments that would ever compare to the love we have. I'd rather lose everything than lose the connection we share. The world may tell us to chase success, but the truth is, real success is found in love. And if it comes down to it, I'd rather lose everything I've built than lose you. Everything in life can change in the blink of an eye, but one thing will always stay the same: my love for you. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. In the grand journey of life, nothing compares to the joy of loving you. I'd rather lose everything than lose the one person who makes this life worth living. Money and status don't define who we are. Love does. And I know I'd be better off with nothing in the world but your love than with everything and no love at all. When I think of the future, it's not the accomplishments I hope for, but the love I continue to share with you. Everything else can come and go, but I'd rather lose everything than lose you. You are my constant, my anchor in the storm. Without you, the world would be a barren place. No matter how much I have, I'd rather lose everything than lose you. In moments of doubt and fear, the one thing I know for certain is that I can't live without you. I'd rather lose everything than lose the love that gives me strength. The world may try to take everything from me, but they can't take you. You are the one thing worth holding on to. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. At the end of the day, it's not the things we own or the success we achieve that defines us, but the love we give and receive. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. There's no price tag on the love we share, and no amount of success can replace what you mean to me. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. Success is hollow without the one you love by your side. I'd rather have nothing but you than everything else and still feel empty inside. No matter what I lose in this life, as long as I have you, I will always feel complete. Everything else can fade away, but you are my forever. Losing you would be the greatest loss I could ever face, and no possession in the world would ever be worth it. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. The idea of losing everything scares me, but the thought of losing you is far worse. You are the love I never want to live without. In the end, all we have are the relationships we've built and the love we've shared. If I must lose everything else to keep you, then I'll gladly make that sacrifice. Life can take everything, but it can never take the love I have for you. I'd rather lose everything than lose the one person who completes me. There are things we can't live without, and you are one of them. I'd rather lose everything than lose the person who makes my life worth living. You are the center of my world, and without you, nothing else matters. I'd rather lose everything than lose the love that gives me meaning. Nothing compares to the love I have for you, and I'd rather lose everything than lose the one person who fills my heart with joy. In the end, the things we hold on to are the ones that matter most. I'd rather lose everything than lose you, because you all are my everything. Life is uncertain, and we can lose everything in an instant. But as long as I have you, I know I have everything I need. In a world full of fleeting moments, where everything can be lost or gained, the thought of losing you is the only thing that truly terrifies me. Everything else could fade away, but not you. You are the heartbeat of my soul, and I'd rather lose everything than lose you. The universe may throw challenges, and life may seem like a constant battle, but in the end, there is nothing worth having more than you. No treasure, no success, no victory could ever compare to the depth of what I feel for you. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. I've been through storms and fought countless battles, but nothing feels as daunting as the idea of living without you. All the material things I own would mean nothing if it meant losing the love we share. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. Some people find solace in the things they own, others in their achievements, but I've found mine in you. If it comes down to losing everything I have or losing you, the choice is clear. You are worth more to me than anything in this world. When everything around me fades into chaos, there's only one thing I can trust, and that's you. You are my calm in the storm, the peace that quiets my fears. I'd rather lose everything than lose the warmth of your love. In a life where change is inevitable and the road ahead is unclear, there's one truth I hold on to tightly, that I'd rather face the unknown with you by my side than have all the riches of the world without you. Nothing could ever replace you, not the fortune, not the fame, not the achievements. Without you, life would be empty and meaningless. I'd rather lose everything than lose the love that defines my existence. Life has shown me time and time again that things come and go, but love is the one thing that stays. I'd rather lose every material possession than lose you, because without you, nothing else matters. The thought of losing you is enough to break me, but if losing everything else is what it takes to keep you, then that's a sacrifice I would make in an instant. For you, I'd give up everything without hesitation. In the grand scheme of life, possessions and accolades hold no weight when compared to love. I'd rather walk through life with nothing if it means I get to walk beside you. Everything else is just a distraction without you. You are the reason my heart beats, the reason my world feels complete. Without you, everything else is just noise, a distraction from the only truth that matters. I'd rather lose everything than lose you. Sometimes the hardest choices aren't about what you want, but what you need. And when it comes to you, there's no contest. I need you more than anything. I'd rather lose it all than lose the love that gives my life meaning. The idea of losing everything I've worked for doesn't scare me. What scares me more than anything is the thought of losing you. You are my foundation, the reason everything else in my life has purpose. If I had to make a choice between everything I've built and you, there's no hesitation. You are the one thing that fills my life with joy and meaning. Everything else can be taken, but I'd rather lose everything than lose you. What does success mean if it doesn't come with the one person who makes everything worth it? I'd rather live in a small world with you by my side than a vast one without you. Losing you would mean losing a part of myself, something I cannot fathom. So if it means giving up everything else to keep you close, then that's a price I would gladly pay. Life without you would be a hollow existence, no matter how much I have or accomplish. Your love is the only thing that gives my life true meaning, and I'd rather lose everything than lose you. We often chase after the things we think will make us happy, but the truth is, happiness resides in you. I'd rather lose all that I've earned than lose you, because without you, there's nothing worth having. The hardest thing to face in life is not the idea of failure, but the thought of being without you. I'd rather lose every dream I've ever had than lose the reality of your love. You are the center of my universe, and without you, nothing else holds any significance. I'd rather lose everything than lose the one person who makes everything feel worthwhile. In this life, I've learned that possessions are fleeting, but love is eternal. If I must lose everything else to keep the love I have for you, then so be it. For you, I'd make that sacrifice 1,000 times over. The concept of losing everything seems daunting until you realize that the only thing worth holding on to is you. Everything else is temporary. Your love is the one thing that remains constant. What's the point of wealth and power when they can't give you the one thing that truly matters? Love. I'd rather lose all my material possessions than lose the one thing that brings me peace. You.